Rashad McCants seemed convinced he had evidence that would completely change how people viewed Gilbert Arenas. He presented those text messages as if they would settle the entire debate once and for all. But instead of backing away from the screenshots or pretending they didn't exist, Gil addressed them head-on by reading every message aloud for everyone to hear. That decision changed the direction of the conversation almost immediately. Rather than damaging Gil's credibility, the same messages appeared to tell a very different story about what had been happening behind the scenes. From what was shown, Gil looked like someone trying to protect his role and hold on to his place, while Rashad seemed to be already working alongside people who weren't fully committed to keeping Gil involved. As a result, the discussion quickly shifted toward questions of loyalty, trust, and who had really been honest throughout the situation. For weeks, Rashad had been presenting his version of the events, but Gil's response introduced an entirely different perspective that challenged that narrative. That leaves one big question. Did Cemetery Larry's highly anticipated reveal actually expose Gil, or did those text messages end up creating even more scrutiny for Rashad instead? Let's break down everything that really unfolded.
They say Rashad got his receipts. Say Rashad outside. Oh my God, you house nigga. Oh, Rashad, no, you erased it, boy. These are your receipts, boy. You might want to, you went to North Carolina, you can read. You better read the beginning of this.
The back and forth between Gilbert Arenas and Rashad McCants keeps escalating as more pieces of the story continue to surface. At first, it seemed like nothing more than two former partners taking separate paths and turning the fallout into content for their audiences. But as new details have emerged, it's become clear this situation goes much deeper than a simple split. Some viewers are even starting to see McCants as the latest major figure in Gil's long list of public disputes. Not long ago, Rashad released a series of text messages that he believed would back up everything he'd been saying. He treated those messages like they would completely shift public opinion, yet the response has been far more divided than many expected. When Cemetery Larry promises a major reveal, though, things don't always unfold the way people imagine. Meanwhile, Gil Arenas hasn't backed away from the conversation at all. He's continued responding on his podcast, made his stance on Rashad crystal clear, and even shared content on his own platform claiming he never believed McCants was someone he could fully trust. So, the biggest question is still hanging over all of this. Is Rashad McCants really the person Gil describes, or is there another side of the story that hasn't fully come to light? Be sure to subscribe and stick around because we're breaking down everything that's happened.
I'm Gil's Arena moving. Gil's Arena's moving in a different direction. So he's saying he's not coming with his group of Gil's Arena and the name Gil's Arena. So I guess he's staying with Underdog. I mean, obviously you can see he has on everything. So he's basically said, thank you for the opportunity.
He don't got no other shirts.
No, this one is kind of weird because Rashad was my guy. He understood what it meant to be a content creator.
Mm-hmm.
So this is surprising to me. I see the signs, but it's Rashad. He does what he does very well. And thank you for the opportunity. I didn't know there was the ones that went to the gym, gave you the call and asked you to do the show. I didn't know that every time that they wanted to fire you, I stood 10 toes down.
Hold on.
Huh?
Hold on. Oh, you going there?
No, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm just, you know what? All I can do is watch the ship sail and just, oh man, hey, y'all, man, dang. Without me, that's all I can do.
Because this is what I want to know. You knew that before this clip came out, right? Because, like you said, that's your guy. He would have hit you on the hip, right? He would have.
I wouldn't know. I mean, you know what I mean? I've been working, building, trying to, put us in a situation to elevate. I felt this year, we took a step back and we stalled. And me, I have to sacrifice for the betterment of all of us to take the catapult. So, well, all I can say is, I guess I know what side you on.
Rashad McCants undeniably brought a different kind of energy whenever he was on the show. His unpredictable comments, off-the-wall jokes, and the unexpected things he'd say often created some of the most memorable reactions from the rest of the panel. There's a strong case that his personality was one of the reasons those discussions stayed entertaining. But beyond the laughs, the bigger issue eventually became whether loyalty was handled the right way. From Gilbert Arenas' point of view, people were working behind the scenes to help Rashad keep his place when Underdog was reportedly considering moving on from him. Gil also claims that Rashad later started building relationships with the same people who hadn't been pushing to keep him around in the first place. As the environment within the company began to change and the direction shifted, that may have been the point where sticking with the people he originally came in with made the most sense. Instead, it appeared Rashad believed a larger opportunity was waiting on the other side. It's possible the growing attention from viewers convinced him that his role had become bigger than it actually was. Even though Rashad played an important part in the show's chemistry and contributed plenty of value, he wasn't the only reason audiences kept coming back.
No, you know what? I can't be mad at Rashad, man. And same reason I couldn't ever agree with a change. You see what I'm saying? So how I looked at Rashad was this. When I needed someone to start the show, when I was asking for people, hey, I'm trying to start this show, I have a vision, I don't know what it is, I just need you to trust me. Without question, he said, hell yeah, I got you. Right, first week, right? You know, Brandon comes on. Guest two didn't show up. So I called Rashad as a filler. It was on boom there. Wednesday, the guest wasn't showing up, so I had to call Rashad and Brandon, can y'all show up? Boom, like clockwork, right? 2 weeks in, we're moving. And then from there is, this is who I'm rolling with. The guys who were there to help this vision go. So I want to thank you for believing in me to get you to where you are, right? Like, I mean, Gil's Arena wouldn't have started without, you and Brandon, really believing in, the vision, that I had, because, I can tell you that a lot of people that I thought was gonna participate didn't. And then after 2 weeks, when they started calling, I don't speak English either now. So when the talks of removing you, because, they didn't understand what you brought to the table, there was never no wavering. There was never no wavering, so. But right, you get the raise, you get, hey, if you the face, it's Rashad Arena. Well, you don't use Rashad's Arena because Gil's Arena is a word play. How about this? I'm gonna duck. And this is why they can't call themselves the Arena. They shouldn't use nothing Arena, because it's gonna make us all giggle after I show you this. You ready?
I'm ready.
I want you to cover the burp, right? So it's just Gil.
Yeah.
And then my last name is what? Arenas.
Yeah.
Now I want you to take that S and move it up.
Okay.
And what does it say?
Gil's
Arena. It's me. It's always been me. It's a word play on my name. I did it in Washington. Gil's Arena, it was a section. So I used that word play for the show. So using my last name with your name just makes me giggle inside. And you don't want me to have the giggling and giggling. So, call it Cemetery Larry.
Gilbert Arenas has never acted like Rashad McCants didn't bring value to the table, and he's openly credited him for the role he played. Gil has even acknowledged that Rashad stepped up when it mattered and helped get Gil's Arena off the ground during its early stages. According to Gil, the real problem wasn't Rashad's contributions, it was everything that happened after that. From Gil's point of view, Rashad's true intentions became clear once he believed Gil was in a vulnerable position. That's often when people's priorities become obvious. When someone thinks another person's run is coming to an end or their situation is falling apart, self-interest can start taking over. Gil believes that's exactly how this situation unfolded with Rashad. For almost 2 weeks, Rashad kept saying he had receipts that would completely change the narrative. He also appeared on the Lou Will podcast, continuing to build anticipation for the evidence he claimed he was about to release. The criticism, however, is that he spent more time talking about what was supposedly coming, when it would arrive, and how much it would prove than actually releasing the information he'd been promising.
They say Rashad got his receipts. Say Rashad outside. Oh my God, you house nigga. Oh, Rashad, no, you erased it, boy. These are your receipts, boy. You might want to, you went to North Carolina, you can read. You better read the beginning of this. To Tim, right? That's who gave you this. You is delusional. It says, me complaining that we only have 2 days, sir. I'm sorry. I wanted more fucking trophies because if we got 5 days, we will win all the trophies. I'm sorry that we complaining about 2 days when we wanted 5. I tasted success and wanted more. I thought that was our goal. See, I thought our goal was to be the best. That's what I'm telling Tim. This got nothing to do with Rashad. This part that you posted is about Rashad. You tell Liam I'm sorry. See, they was trying to fire me and Joe at the beginning of the season. You tell Liam I'm sorry. I don't want anyone, meaning you fuck boy, to lose your job. So I'll conform. Over my bad decision, I'll push underdog more, meaning at the moment in time, I wasn't collabing on posters anymore. I wasn't wearing the product anymore. So I said, I'll wear it. I'll do the tap and dance for you to keep your job. And everybody else in the studio. Because if I left, quit, or got fired, remember, you gotta get the fuck out of my house. And then all the rules that I have inside my contract kicks in, meaning Gilbert Arenas shut down. Now you got to create another. You see, I was conforming for you. This tells everybody the fact that you will post this that has nothing to do with you, which was for you, lets all of us know how you did pick a side and you chose them over us. This was about us having 5 days because we wasn't happy with 2 and they wanted to fire. You're gonna need some milk. That was easy.
One of the biggest takeaways from Gilbert Arenas' response was his claim that Tim was the one who provided Rashad McCants with those text messages. That caught a lot of attention because Gil had previously said he was still on good terms with Tim, while describing his main business disagreements as being with Liam. Now it raises an even bigger question about how much the people running things actually knew about what was happening behind the scenes. If decisions were being made that impacted Gil's arena and the people connected to it, it's difficult to imagine that no one in a leadership position was aware of what was unfolding. When Rashad eventually released those messages, they were expected to completely reshape the story. Instead, many viewers came away believing the text showed Gil working to keep the show together and trying to protect opportunities for everyone involved. Rather than making it seem like he was only looking out for himself, the messages appeared to portray him as someone fighting for the team. That's why Rashad's much-discussed reveal didn't land the way many people thought it would. Now the conversation has shifted away from the screenshots themselves and toward bigger questions about loyalty, trust, and whether Rashad should have remained in Gil's corner when things became difficult.
You thought we got one in here? I got a contract. Hold on, let me. Hey, don't be playing with me. I got a contract. You got a 10-day.
A 10-day, nah, man.
You got a 10-day.
Y'all thought y'all could leave me, baby. I
Hey,
followed
quit
you.
swaggy.
This for me? All this money for me? For real? Hey, man, I love you, man.
Hey, like I said back when we was playing, when I blow up, you blow up.
Boom, boom. Let me go ahead and do that. Now you can't back out, so.
Oh, well, it's official, ladies and
It's
gentlemen.
official.
Gilbert Arenas coming to Playmaker.
That's nice.
This is our first show.
Where?
We're Playmaker. We're here at Fanatics Fest with all y'all, so we appreciate all y'all pulling up, showing love.
Where Rashad at? He got.
He's still with the underdog outfit on outside the warehouse.
But we here. Y'all want to hear us talk some hoop?
After everything that's been said, one of the biggest talking points now is how Nick Young and Rashad McCants handled the situation so differently. Nick stayed alongside Gil, remained committed to the group, and is now signed on for another season as he continues moving forward with Gil. That's why so many people keep pointing to his approach when the conversation turns to loyalty and standing by someone during difficult times. It's easy to support a person when everything is going right, but the real test comes when things become uncertain. Rashad, meanwhile, spent weeks building anticipation around text messages and a major reveal that he believed would change the entire narrative. Yet the public reaction turned out very differently than many expected. Now the debate centers on whether he made the wrong decision or whether people simply expected a level of loyalty he wasn't prepared to show. The broader takeaway from all of this is being careful about the people you choose to keep in your circle. If you believe someone is waiting for the right opportunity to turn against you, creating some distance before that moment arrives can sometimes be the smarter move. You rarely discover a person's true intentions until things get difficult, and that's why trust matters so much. As for Rashad, people are still divided over the role he played, especially after it was revealed that the text messages he shared came from another source. At the same time, though, it's only fair to recognize the entertainment, personality, and memorable moments he brought to the show. Hopefully, Rashad continues building his career in sports media because he undeniably added a unique presence that kept audiences talking. And credit goes to Gil as well, with fans already eager to see what the next season of Gil's Arena looks like with its new lineup. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Rashad really in the wrong here, or were people expecting more loyalty from him than was realistic?